Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A 34-year-old man's life cut short all because of a man police say was driving drunk. Now his wife gets ready to spend her first Thanksgiving without him.
The federal government steps in to help as Michigan's COVID cases soar. Priya.
Oh, the clock is ticking. The countdown is on to America's Thanksgiving parade. And wait until you see some of these brand new floats. We've got a sneak peek coming up.
We're going to get a sneak peek of all the fun along Woodward in just a moment, but we do want to start with the weather tonight.
Yeah, the parade, the turkey trot, the Lions game. There is so much going on tomorrow. Andrew, I know we'd like to keep the rain away, but that may not be possible, huh?
Well, Sandra and Steve, the streets are a little shiny, as you saw in that live shot there, looking live at downtown Detroit. We've already seen a few sprinkles that have arrived on time, just like we talked about earlier this evening, with a few more raindrops to come. You'll notice temperatures remain above freezing across all of southeast Michigan overnight and by morning. Now, the rain becomes steadier just when we're waking up, and as many folks are arriving for early morning festivities, whether it's the turkey trot or the start of the parade. Temperatures starting around 40 degrees with the rain showers that will be light to moderate and steady all the way through the 8 o'clock hour. Then becoming a bit lighter and a bit more scattered toward the middle and end of the parade, 9, 10 a.m. and then to 11 a.m. And temperatures rise slowly, never getting down to the freezing mark if that's one saving grace, but remaining in the 40s. A little on the breezy side as well, with winds at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to around 20 for balloon handlers especially. Just make sure you hold on tight to some of those tethers. But don't forget your ponchos before coming downtown for tomorrow. We'll talk more about Thanksgiving afternoon, Friday, and beyond coming up.
The bands, the balloons, the floats, and of course, Santa. Tomorrow morning, 9 hours, 42 minutes, and 16 seconds, but who's counting? It's one of the biggest and best events of the year, America's Thanksgiving Parade. And this year, the parade returns to Woodward with some big names and brand new floats.
And that's not all that's new this year. If you take your phone out and you scan this QR code, you can get exclusive access to special camera angles and the very best view of the parade.
Our Priya Mann already has a great view of things. She's live along Woodward when the floats are already out. Priya?
Oh, that's right, Steve and Sandra. And, you know, families have been here all night. They've been pausing, taking a look, snapping photos. I mean, the excitement has been building. Now, yes, it's raining and it's cold, but nothing Michiganders can't handle. And after the year and a half that we've had, America's Thanksgiving Parade can't wait to welcome folks back with open arms.
Catch the ball. Yeah, catch the ball.
2-year-old Brooklyn Curry was mesmerized by the floats.
Oh, wow.
I bet she's saying that a lot.
Yeah. This is her first time and she's loving it.
Like dozens of other families, they came downtown for a sneak peek.
This is a tradition. We always love to just come outside. Put a little holiday spirit in you a little bit.
For some, it's a tradition. For others, this is their first America's Thanksgiving Parade.
It's a lot of fun. That's all going in my mind. It's so fun.
After the parade was scaled back last year, the build-up before Thursday morning was electric.
It's beautiful. It's really amazing. I'm happy to see this again because last year was really rough for everyone. I couldn't really interact the way I wanted to. So it's just bringing people together.
25 floats will make their way down Woodward. 5 of them are brand new.
They put a lot of work into it and creativity, so that's what I like about it.
The theme this year is Love on Woodward.
The Detroit Police Department helping us get these floats down here today, and our great team and the 2,000 volunteers. It just makes it worthwhile, makes it possible to bring to the kids and families and to bring those smiles.
What a difference a year makes.
They've never been down here, and then to see it in person and see how big they are, it's exciting to see it through their eyes.
Happy Thanksgiving!
And the Grand Marshals tomorrow include our very own Marla Drutz, of course, Calvin Johnson Jr., and Bishop Van. You know, there's going to be a lot of activity here tomorrow. These bleachers by early tomorrow morning are going to be packed with fans. Your best bet is to get here early and layer up, stay warm. It's going to be a wonderful time out here. Of course, when you take in these floats, you think about the effort, the attention to detail. It is certainly going to be one stellar show. Reporting live from downtown Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Oh, it'll be quite a party, all right.
Super exciting.
Thanks,
all right.
Priya.
Thank you, Priya. Our coverage begins tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with a very special Thanksgiving edition of Local 4 News. The parade preview begins at 8, and then at 9, the big parade gets underway, only here on Local 4.
Now, as we head into the holiday, with Michigan's COVID cases remaining the highest in the nation.
Today, the state reported a two-day case total of more than 17,000 cases, breaking down to around 8,500 per day. We lost another 280 lives, sadly, and the state now recommending everyone wear masks indoors regardless of your vaccination status. And they say if you can get together outside tomorrow, they do think that that is safer. Nearly 4,000 people are in the hospital right now with the virus. That's across Michigan. The federal government also sending a team of 22 doctors, nurses, and respiratory therapists to Beaumont-Dearborn to try to help for the next month.
This has at least lightened the load and has brought some sense of relief to them that there's some additional resources coming to help.
Just trying to remember that it's still here. COVID is still here. And we do still need to be cautious because we are putting our healthcare systems in jeopardy right now.
And that medical team now set to arrive in Dearborn sometime next week.
The wife of 34-year-old Nick Newman is preparing for her first Thanksgiving without her husband by her side. Police say he was killed by a drunk driver on his way home from work. It happened at the intersection of Vernier and Harper in Harper Woods in September. Larry Spruill is out there live now. Larry, I know you spoke with her this evening.
Good evening, Steve. She tells me that she often thinks about what happened here at this intersection in Harper Woods. Police say this is where her husband was hit by a drunk driver. She tells me that she misses him dearly, and Thanksgiving will be tough.
Completely miserable, devastating.
That's how the wife of Nick Newman described the last few months. It was even too much for her to go on camera. Her husband, 34-year-old Nick Newman, was killed by a drunk driver on September 21st of this year. He was heading home from work when she got the call.
It's unreal. It still feels like a dream. I just thought there was no way that it could be true.
It happened around 12:30 that morning near the intersection of Verner and Harper in Harper Woods. Police say this man, 36-year-old David William Gobble III, ran the light and hit two cars. Newman was driving one of them. Gobble is charged with multiple charges ranging from homicide, murder to operating while intoxicated. Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy's office states he has prior felony convictions.
You know, I try to have faith in the judicial system and the justice system and things like that. But it is frustrating to know that if there was this history in his past.
But now she's holding on to the memories.
My husband was a man who loved the things he loved, especially life, and never held back, went for it all the way. So he played all the golf he could.
And she's hoping those good times will help her overcome the harder ones on the way.
This will be, my first holiday without Nick. He actually passed away the day before my birthday.
Now, if convicted, that driver will face up to life in prison. His bond was set at $200,000. We're live in Harper Woods tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Larry. A man is now charged with murdering a longtime local radio DJ. Prosecutors say Sean Lamoureux stabbed John O'Leary to death in their Highland Park home. They were living together on Candler Street near Woodward McNichols. O'Leary's body was found over the weekend in the backyard. He was a mainstay in Detroit radio for more than 4 decades, working at stations including W4, WCSX, and the original WLLZ.
Investigators now say it could be weeks before they know what caused this deadly explosion in a Flint neighborhood. It killed a 4-year-old girl and a woman, leveled 3 homes, and damaged many more. Investigators have started sifting through the debris. They'll also be using cadaver dogs. They also say that they're going to be interviewing people who live in that area.
Police are investigating vandalism to the Bo Schembechler statue in Ann Arbor. The statue was splattered with red paint with the words Bo knew, hashtag hail to the victims. The message supports survivors of the late Dr. Robert Anderson. There are allegations that Coach Schembechler knew about the sex abuse. The university is facing legal action over the abuse claims.
It's not just COVID. Flu cases are also on the rise right now.
The CDC issues a new health alert today about a specific group who may be more likely to spread the flu. And Michigan State University suspends a fraternity after a student is found dead. What we're learning about the circumstances.
But first, 3 guilty verdicts in the murder of Ahmaud Arbery.
To tell you the truth, I never saw this day back in 2020. I never thought this day would come.
Reaction tonight from Georgia and right here in Metro Detroit, coming up next.